Hello everybody, my name is Mike from Mad Gaming and welcome to the Murder Express. Another game from the makers of The Littlest Penguin and Astro Creep. I've been going through his games. I really quite like a lot of them so far. And this one is next on my list. And apparently this is a murder mystery. Another point and click game, of course. But let's get straight into it. Looking forward to this one.
What was that?
What was that? I just heard someone get brutally murdered in the next carriage. Okay, A and D to move, sprint, hold. Okay, I run like I actually needed to take a crap and forgot to take a crap. So maybe before I come out, I should... Oh, I'm a real Sherlock Holmes. I've got a magnifying glass. Okay, can I click on anything in here? No. Okay. Press S. So I don't necessarily have to click on things. Okay. So. Oh no!
My God. He's been murdered.
There's a murderer on the loose.
Looks like the killer used a knife. Single puncture wound to the chest.
Yes, I can see there's lots of blood. And if I take a closer look at his face, I can see he was not wearing lipstick. For shame. Okay. But I don't want to leave the crime scene. Oh. He has money in his pocket. Look! It's got a person on it! I'm not sure that's legal tender. Can I click anywhere else? I mean, he's got like a briefcase attached to him. Does that not mean anything? No? Okay. Warning, there is a killer on board the train. It could be anyone, so until you are certain, don't get too close to anyone when the lights go out. Oh, shitballs. I could be next. Solving the case. When you have collected the murder weapon, you will be able to accuse a suspect of murder. If you fail to identify the correct suspect, you will fail the game. Look for clues and interrogate suspects to figure out who the killer is. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay. Press J to open journal at any time. So these are the possible suspects. Well, I already know it was Miss Scarlet with a broom handle in the butthole. And I know that's not anything from Cluedo. I was going to say Monopoly. Have you seen anything unusual?
I saw Mrs. Fisher walking around with a gun earlier.
Did you really? Well, if you ask me, you sound pretty suspicious as well.
It's no secret that Mr. Gacy has been angry with Mr. Duvall. I'll be sure to let you know whatever I find out, Inspector.
You sound pretty shady to me. Let's have a closer look at your face. Yeah, I've seen your type.
I should interrogate this person. Maybe they saw something or know something useful.
Excuse me, Fisher?
I saw Miss Dennehy walking around with a knife earlier.
Did you? Well, then why didn't you say anything? Because that seems like a really big oversight.
I heard Mr. Duvall owed quite a bit of money to Mr. Berkowitz. I'll be sure to let you know whatever I find out, Inspector.
So,
I saw
Miss Dennehy was walking around with a knife. Yes, I see in your type. Okay, so I don't think these are the murderers because the lights have gone out. Right, Miss Dennehy. Okay, can I... Ah! Ha, 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 ha. I found the murder weapon. Ah, so they dumped it in a bathroom, did they? Well. Looks like this case is being blown wide open. Who are you?
I saw Mr. Kemper walking around with a gun earlier.
Really? Well, everyone seems to be very heavily armed on this train.
I heard Mr. Duvall owed quite a bit of money to Mr. Kemper.
Right.
I really can't say. I'm sorry, Inspector.
Okay, who are you?
I should interrogate this person. Maybe they saw something or know
Forgot to ask who that person is. So this is Kemper. Hello, Mr. Kemper. Have you seen anything unusual?
Miss Ramsey, walking around with a rope earlier.
This really is Cluedo. Okay, so someone was walking around with a rope. That's great.
I didn't know Mr. Duvall well enough to comment, I'm afraid. I really can't say. I'm sorry, Inspector.
Okay. You sound very dull and very boring. Who's that? Ah, it's Topan. Topan? Tupan? I guess. Anything in here? No. Okay. This game seems really cool so far. I'm liking this. So, who are you?
I should interrogate
Ramirez
Maybe
and
Gacy.
Gacy. Okay. It's... What's the woman who had the knife? Is it you? Doss. No, it wasn't Doss. It was... Who is it? Miss Ramsey? Miss Dennehy. Oh, she's all the way up the other side. Okay.
I saw Mr. Bundy walking around with a rope earlier. I didn't know Mr. Duvall well enough to comment, I'm afraid.
These people are ridiculously heavily armed for a train. I'm just saying, is this a train going to evil villain camp or something for the summer? Because this is ridiculous. They're all armed. I mean, I suppose this is America. Okay, so that's where the body is. Okay, calm down. It's okay. Right, well that means I'm just looking at the crime scene. This wasn't money motivated because they've not taken his money. His money is still there. Let's see if there's anything else on the crime scene. Nothing else I can click? Okay. Well, let's go talk to this person in the first carriage because I missed this one. Okay. You could be the murderer.
Interrogate this person. Maybe they saw something or know something useful.
Are you a murderer? Okay. If a suspect has an item on them, you can click it to see what it is. It may be important to the case.
Duvall asked me to hold on to this key until we got off the train. Duvall asked me to hold on to this key.
Okay, he has the handcuff key.
I saw Miss Dennehy walking around with the knife earlier.
She seems to be the only one that has a knife at the
I didn't know
moment.
Mr. Duvall well enough to comment, I'm afraid.
You didn't know him well enough, yet he gave you a key to his bloody briefcase.
I'm sorry, Inspector.
Okay, I think it's her. So I'm going to talk to her now.
I saw Mr. Gacy walking around with a knife earlier. I didn't know Mr. Duvall well enough to comment, I'm afraid. I really can't say. I'm sorry, Inspector.
Yet you killed him in cold blood. So, Mr. Dacey. Okay. I don't want to accuse her of murder yet. No. Okay, so it was either Mr. Dacey or Miss Dennehy. Okay, Mr. Dacey is in car 5. So let's go and have a nosy at car 5.
This person.
There's 2 more people to interrogate.
Something or know something.
The lights are off. Okay, I need to turn that off. That could be copyrighted. Okay, Berkowitz.
I saw Mr. Ramirez walking around with a gun earlier. I didn't know Mr. Duvall well enough to comment, I'm afraid.
Okay. Well, what have you
I
got?
found this key on the floor earlier. I'm certain I have no idea what that unlocks. I found this key on the floor earlier. I'm certain I have no idea what that unlocks.
Right, so you found the key. Can I not have the key? Hang on a second. That's Moira Hindley. That picture is Moira Hindley.
I saw Mr. Dahmer walking around with a knife earlier.
That's the Moors
I
murderer.
didn't know Mr. Duvall well enough to comment.
I'm pretty sure you can't use that picture. I'm gonna just jump off the end of the train now. Man, okay. Oh god, I can't believe that was... Right, okay. So we've got to get this case right, okay. So what was the other person we've got to talk to? Mr. Bundy, I think it was. Let's go see Mr. Bundy. He was in car 3. So he has to say for himself. What you got to say for yourself? Hey, douche nozzle.
I saw Mrs. Fisher walking around with a gun earlier. It's no secret that Mr. Gacy has been angry with Mr. Duvall. I'll be sure to let you know whatever I find out, Inspector.
Cool. I'm pretty sure this is where I found the knife as well. So maybe it's him. Maybe it's you, Mr. Bundy. Okay, I reckon it's Mr. Bundy. He sounds like a creepy bastard. Okay, let's accuse Bundy of murder. Yeah, why not?
Damn. I knew I should have looked for more clues. Well, better luck next time.
Oh shit, okay, I got it wrong. Oh no. Let's try that again. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get the murderer this time. Wow, so they've taken all of his money and they've taken the briefcase. Wow, okay. This is pretty brutal. Okay. Okay.
I saw Mr. Kemper walking around with a baseball bat earlier. I didn't know Mr. Duvall well enough to comment, I'm afraid. I can't really say. I'm sorry, Inspector.
Okay, so it's not him. Mr. Kemper had a baseball bat. So it's not Kemper. Okay, so we can say for certain it's not Kemper because he had a baseball bat. Oh. Follow the blood, Inspector. It's a message written in blood. Okay. Yeah, there would be a lot of blood, I imagine. Turn that off. Talk to you.
Mr. Duvall asked me to hold on to this key until we got off the train.
So the same as before.
I saw Miss Toppin walking around with a knife earlier.
Toppin. Okay.
I noticed Mr. Gacy watching Mr. Duvall's briefcase as we boarded earlier.
Okay, Gacy.
I'll be sure to let you know whatever I find out, Inspector.
Gacy and Duvall.
It's no secret that Miss Ramsey has been angry with Mr. Duvall. I saw Mr. Gacy walking around with a knife earlier.
Right, okay. And that's off the train. So Gacy, he was the last killer. It can't be him again, can it? I don't know. Let's go find out, shall we? Mr.
I didn't know
Gacy.
Mr. Duvall well enough to comment, I'm
So
afraid.
you owe Mr. Gacy, this guy, some money.
I saw Mr. Dammer walking around with a baseball bat earlier. I didn't know Mr. Duvall well enough to comment, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. Apparently you owed him money, or he owed you money, or something like that. I'm a pretty shit detective. Okay, so can I not...
I should interrogate this person. Maybe they saw something or know something useful.
Can I not just accuse... I'm going to accuse Mr. Gacy, because I have no idea.
Damn. I knew I should have looked for more clues. Well, better luck next time.
Balls. Okay, I'm not very good at this game. I think we can safely ascertain that. But it's a pretty cool little game. I mean, it's different every time, so you do have to look into things. And if you enjoy the game Cluedo, or I think it's Clue in America, the States, I think. If you enjoy Cluedo, then you'll probably enjoy this game. It's very different than the other games I've played. It's not very horror orientated, but yeah, it's still good fun. I really do enjoy Suits and Nukes games. They are pretty awesome. Looking forward to anything else that he releases in the future. But this has been The Murder Express. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop it a like. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe for new videos Monday to Friday. And I'll see you again soon.